Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. This is what I'm calling my cross top box because it's got a cross on the top and it's a box. And it opens and closes like that. So that's your box and getting into it in there. And this is the front of it. So it's a variation on my twist and close, but it does twist and it does close, but it's got a cross at the top. So it is different and I love it. And I was trying to make I wasn't actually trying to make this when I came up with it. I was doing a modification to the twist and close boxes and I came up with this, and it will push and go completely flat. So obviously mine isn't because I haven't sealed it, but if you tied some rib around it, it would go completely flat. But I love it like that. How cute. Good size box. It is, when finished, 2 inches that way and that way, 4 1/8 of an inch that way, which is 5 centimetres and 10.2, so really good size box. I'm going to show you how to make it. I've got rose red here with the beautiful paper, the name of which has fallen out of my head. It'll come back to me shortly. Fiesta Birthday. There we go. This one I'm going with Emerald Envy. And your piece of cardstock is 8.5 by 8 inches, so 20 by 22 centimetres. I'm going to start on the short side first and score it at 2 inches, 6 1/8 of an inch and 7 inches, which in metric is 5, 15.2 and 17.5. Now there is a reason for it being 15.2, 6 1/8, and that is so that it will go flat like that. When I left it at 6 inches and 15 centimetres, it stuck up even higher than that, and it was sort of a bit more like that, and I didn't want it. I wanted it to go completely flat. Okay, now to the long side. And with these 2 score lines at the top, we're going to score it every 2 inches, every 5 centimetres, all the way from top to bottom at 2, 4, 6 and 8 inches, which is 5, 10, 15 and 20 centimetres. And then you're going to come in and score just to the first horizontal score line and do that at 1, 3, 5 and 7. So 1, 3, 5 and 7. Which in metric is 2.5, 7.5, 12.5 and 17.5 centimetres. Okay, and then we do need a steel ruler, and what you need to do is score, let me tip it, you can see that one, from that central point there along this horizontal line, score down from there to there. That's where you need to score it all the way along. So I'm going to put my score lines in and then you'll see afterwards once I've done it. My bouncy robot hoover is currently cleaning my kitchen and it keeps coming near the door. I think you can possibly hear it. So there you go. Can you see the score line? So I've got a vertical one there and one there. Okay, so come along, burnish all your score lines. These ones at the top, where's my bone folder? You kind of want to go backwards and forwards a bit with these. With this one here, because that is going to go the wrong way round and it's going to get itself all confused, but that's okay. Burnish the rest. Don't worry about the diagonal lines at the moment, all those miniature or these little short ones here. We'll fiddle around with those once we've got the box put together. Okay, so like I said, don't worry about these ones. They will, if you want to have a bit of a play with them, just to sort of bend the, you know, get the fibres of your cardstock moving, go for it. And they will begin to go backwards and forwards. Worth it. It's quite therapeutic doing this when you're doing quite a lot of them. But if you be gentle, because you don't want to start putting in creases in the wrong places. There we go. Okay, so bits to trim away. Miter very slightly just at the top, just a tiny little wedge off there. Cut away this part and miter up slightly. and then cut straight up these ones. Now I have got designer series paper here, and as you can see I've got it on lots of places. That is 12 little panels that are 3/4 of an inch square, 2 centimetres square. I did cut them, and then I thought, shall I put them all on or not? Because that's going to be quite time consuming, but we're going to do it. My panels here, 1 3/4 of an inch by 3 7/8 of an inch, so 4.5 by 9.7 centimetres. We'll do those first. And I'm not going with the green side, I am going with this multicoloured side. It's got hearts and triangles, squares, circles. We love it. It's fun. It's definitely a fun pack of paper. Okay, so those go in the very obvious places. And my little panels, I will put them on because I want to show you where to put them. So I have got them already cut. I hope I've still got all 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I have got 12. There we go, all 12. And I did have a spare long bit just in case one went missing. So just a little blob of adhesive on all of these. These are perhaps a smidge too small for liquid glue. That would not be my adhesive of choice. And the place to put these, now you will see on the top, it's very obvious, it's every single one of those. On this sloping part, I put mine on after I built it, because I built it and thought, oh, it needs a little bit of extra. See your score line? You're going to the bit which would be a square to the left of it. So just run them all the way along. I hope I've got enough adhesive on all of these panels because I'm not sure. Couldn't see what I was doing. The sun is confused today. And these are quite small bits, so maybe take a little bit more time than I'm doing. I want to do it at speed because I want to show you how to put the box together. And hopefully it's not like the twist and close, it's a bit like the candy wrapper one I did. It will suddenly twist and form into place and you'll be like, oh yes, it's done it. Right, where's my fast fuse? There we go. So fuse along this panel all the way to the bottom, and then oops, oh, it's caught itself. There we go. So that's the back of the box, 2 sides in, back in, adhesive on here, and this is where the fun happens. So you kind of need to pinch your square and twist it, and you do have to say, you know what, you're going to do what I'm telling you to do, because you're bending on these diagonal lines. That's where the bend is actually happening. And once you've done it, there we go, once you've done the first one, they all begin to fall into place. So let me show you that again. You've pinched your diamond at the top, okay, it's trying to bend there and there, but because you've got these score lines in, once you've got one going, the rest will flow. Okay, and there we go. Super cute. And like I say, bit of ribbon around it and it would pull it completely shut like that. I'm happy for mine to stick up. We'll get it finished off super quick because all I've got is some little flowers on there, so I've got a bit more of my... Oh, Alexa turned herself on. A bit more of my Emerald Envy and my lovely Blossom Bunch Punch. Can anybody tell I like this one? Paper piercer into the back to elevate a little bit. I've got my pearls. I love the 3 very obvious sizes of the pearls and the rhinestones. I also like the really amazing bargain price, but I like the fact that you get these 3 very obvious sizes in these and the rhinestones. There we go, lost my mini glue dots for a minute. You could put hearts or stars, you know, if this was for a boy you wouldn't necessarily put a floral on, but you could put some stars on there or something. Super cool. What do you think? Hope you like it. Love the top of that box. It is so cool. So that's how it goes together. Amazing. Love it. I have fun playing with paper. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you soon.